Hi, we're gonna be playing Angel with Scaly Wings because we want to date fucking dragons. Or fucking date dragons, or fuck dragons. Look, it's very ambiguous.
Fuck dateable dragons?
Fuck dateable dragons. We want to fuck dateable dragons and date fuckable dragons.
Yeah!
Alright, cool. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We know you're new to the channel because we don't have any videos yet.
Why?
God damn it, Tim! The spoil sport in the corner is Tim. He will be your resident voice of reason. As you well know, reason has nothing to do with dating sins, so he'll mostly be a stick in the mud.
Why?
As case in point.
Tim in the mud.
To my right is Kayla, who is forcing me to name my character Zani.
I'm the voice of all females.
She's the voice of all females and
Yay.
emotions and making fun of me mostly.
And making noises.
Behind and slightly to my right is Alex.
Hello.
Yeah, hi Alex. You don't, no one said you get to talk.
It's literally a let's play. It's literally a dating sim let's play.
Literally all I get to do here is talk.
He'll be the voice of mostly pointing out plot holes.
I do point out, or rather, I'm going to point out a lot of plot holes.
How could you know that, Alex? We haven't filmed anything yet. This is the beginning of the run. And I'm
Only
Zon.
up to spoilers.
I look. My name's gonna be on the channel, but I'm not actually important. All right, great.
Let's watch this shit.
Start this shit. Yeah, user profile not found. We're gonna go with Zani because Kayla's a butt.
Hi.
All right, is this great? Sure, great. User profile confirmed. For information controls, blah 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 blah. Don't care. All right. Here's 20XX. Only recently has humanity discovered a portal that leads into a different world, populated with a race of intelligent, talking dragons. I was one of the few to travel to this world.
You know, who looks at a portal and says, I don't want to know what's on the other side of that? Who?
Especially when it's like intelligent talking dragons.
Yeah.
Like, sign me up.
Yeah, why have only a few people gone there?
Some people, because only a few people are awesome. All right.
People are furries.
But maybe...
I mean...
Look, you don't have to be a furry to want to fuck dragons. This is not a new concept.
I mean, you know, it's like an question ago. Why does not everyone insist on trying out the portal?
Right? The fact that that portal exists and that anyone can go through it, and that like only once has Sunshine ever gone through it, instead of like half her classmates. Anyway, we digress. It all began when we discovered a strange device in the middle of nowhere during one of our expeditions. A portal. That definitely just pops up overnight.
Yeah.
I had heard about similar technology before, though that had been more on an experimental level. What? From what I knew, other portals had been created in the past and were under consideration for mass application. As for this one in particular, though, we did not know who had built it, nor when, or why we found it in the wilderness where we did. What was more exciting to us was the fact that it was functional.
Right, so basically, humanity invented portal technology, and then a mysterious portal that humans didn't build showed up in the middle of the field. I don't understand why humans didn't invent portal technology prior to this in this story. It makes the story make less sense.
Right? Alright, after our first test, we found there was someone else on the other side who was in possession of a similar portal. and our attempts at communication through letters were successful because they speak English. But in the end, the machine's extraordinary demand for power meant we needed to act quickly as we wouldn't be able to keep the portal open much longer. Wait, what? Why'd you... Never mind. When we made this known to their side, we received a very unexpected reply, a letter of invitation. After some deliberation, it was decided to accept their hospitality and send a person to the other side. There was an individual who took the job almost immediately. Me, because I want to fuck dragons.
Yes.
That's the story, right?
That's you.
Something like that.
Reza is... Oh god, my name is unpronounceable.
It's weird.
Actually, no, okay, great. It's not me. Thank God. All right. I knew him, or rather had known him. We attended the same school back then, and even had a few classes together. We never really were very close friends, but we talked to each other occasionally and hung around with the same crowd sometimes. However, we still went our separate ways in the end.
But by the way...
But somehow ended up with on the other side of the same portal full of dragons.
Yeah, I'm confused. We found a portal in the field, and it wasn't being powered by anything, because we needed to power it.
But no, it was functional when we found it.
Yes, but we still needed to hook up power to it. Because otherwise...
we can't help it. That's our gimmick.
The power demand. Therefore, we have the ability to turn it on, and when we turn it on, it connects to the dragon world. So why can't we just turn it off when we're not using it?
I don't know, man. The backstory, who cares? I wasn't sure what to think about the whole thing, but he had to have known what he was doing. He certainly was brave. Either that or just very, very foolish. They're basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Don't pretend otherwise.
Pretty much.
Well, I wasn't sure which. His charge was applauded by others. After all, he couldn't possibly have known who or what would await at the other end of the portal, because apparently no one, puts pictures or, when they on their letters or, is by the way, could you describe yourself? And they're like, we're dragons, bro.
Well, no, the portal destroys all images that go through it. It's a weird effect.
Even if it destroyed all images, you can still ask, bro, what the fuck are you? Yeah, that are receiving your letters, and they can be like, bro, we're dragons. Or what? Hey, we hadn't finished reading that. Stop.
No, clearly they speak English except for the adjectives. The adjectives are completely different for no reason.
Great.
Play the game. Play the game.
When the day finally came, through he went, applause echoing across the area. Equipped only with the clothes he wore, his multi-tool, because we're in Mass Effect, a gun and a device on his wrist that acted as a PDA.
I'm never going anywhere without my multi-tool.
That's okay, fine. They might not mean. Then we waited. The crowd that was applauding him slowly dispersed, and the enthusiasm died down, as there was nothing for us to do but wait and speculate. And then he never came back.
Let's get dragons to fuck.
Approximately 8 hours later, we received our first message from him. While we had assumed the portal led to another in a different country, or maybe on a different continent, the reality turned out to be much more foreign. What? You just assume it? What? Oh my god.
Wait, so they assumed that the portal went to somewhere else on Earth, but they didn't ask anyone on the other side of the portal, hey, where's the other end of the portal? Because if it was somewhere on Earth, they could definitely answer that.
Yeah, they just assumed, and we're like, we don't need to verify or ask this question at all. We're just going to send letters through because fuck it. The situation he described to us was so outlandish that we initially took it as a joke. A very bad joke, maybe, with even worse timing and no punchline at all. It soon became clear to us, though, that we may have just made one of the most important discoveries since the dawn of mankind. Finding the portal had been remarkable in itself, but this took it to a completely different level. From what he described of the place, or more accurately, its inhabitants, we surmised it could not be part of Earth at all.
Really? There's not a secret part of Earth that has dragons on it?
I mean, there could be. Who knows? There's a secret part of Earth that has a portal on it. We're clearly not very good at exploring. We called them dragons because,
I assumed the portal showed up in that pit. It wasn't there all along.
We called them dragons because, according to Reza, that's what they were, or at least what they resembled most. She was like, why did you invite me over? We're just gonna fuck dragons.
I'm just thinking about Szechuan sauce.
Just think about baseball. Even though we found it hard to believe, it had been these dragons who sent us all the letters. And what Reza found on the other side of the portal was a whole civilization of them. They could talk, write books, had buildings and electricity. In many ways, their society was actually very similar to our own. Right down to their language.
I feel like the fact that you felt the need to point that out makes you racist.
Racist against dragons.
Yeah.
Wow, they've got electricity. Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
I mean, do they have hands?
I think so. They can write letters.
I guess that's true. All right, so who were they, and where was this place? Could they be aliens? I mean,
No, you're definitely on Earth, and you just didn't look very high before.
I mean, sure, why not? Our speculation led us to conclude otherwise. What? After all, we knew about the existence of thousands of planets millions of light years away that may have been theoretically habitable, and even then we had never found conclusive proof in regards to actual alien life forms.
If they're in another dimension, they're still aliens because they're not from Earth.
Right?
Don't you know what this word means?
Some people brought up quantum mechanics and parallel universes, but in the end, all of this was just conjecture and an ultimately fruitless endeavor, since we neither had the means nor the resources to explore these possibilities in greater detail. I think there's just one more thing worth mentioning before I move on. How I got there? The previous isolation had been mutual. What? They hadn't known about any other intelligent life form beyond their own. Their portal had only recently been discovered and was a technology previously unknown to them. And just as we had myths about dragons, they had myths about us.
So,
Okay.
this is the first time such a portal has shown up temporarily.
That was what we know about them so far. And as interesting as learning those things and debating their cultural significance was, we didn't really know we should make it all. Reza apparently was sure what he was doing, though, as he eventually let us know that they had agreed on a trade. We were to give them a few of our PDA devices, which contain vast amounts of knowledge, dwarfing even that of encyclopedias, because they're fucking computers, and we have space travel. In return, they would supply us with generators. Yes.
That's a dangerous thing to give.
Overall, they didn't seem as technologically advanced as we had been, but they did surpass us in that one aspect. Their means of generating energy seemed sustainable. Not only that, but evidently also quite efficient. We certainly would be able to put technology like that to good use, and trading mere past knowledge with the human race for something more tangible was a good call on his part. All right.
I tuned out like 4 pages ago. Where are we?
There's a portal. It randomly showed up in the middle of nowhere. It was on and connected to a world full of dragons. We totally assumed was Earth until we sent some guy through. And then he's like, yo, there's dragons over here, bro. And they have not as good technology as us, except they've got super cool fancy generators that are probably magic or some shit.
Okay,
And
stop carry on.
I feel like trading all of humanity's knowledge for generators, they got the better deal.
right? That was where I came in. My prior experience in both biology and sociology made me a good fit to deliver our PDA devices for the trade.
Don't question it.
And while in the dragon's world, waiting for the prototypes of our generators to be manufactured by them, I would act as an ambassador on humanity's behalf. Wait, we're trading for generators they don't even have? They have to make?
Keep going.
Yeah, why do they have to prototype them? Why don't we?
Probably because ours can't run on magic. We'll find out.
What a way to make a first impression
won't. Don't be
by
silly.
a display of mutual goodwill. Everyone benefits and everyone goes home happy. All is well.
And then
At
someone
least
gets murdered.
that was the plan.
And then everyone gets murdered.
Oh my god, no.
Alex.
This isn't How to Full Boyfriend all over again.
There was definitely a dead dragon in the previous.
Okay, fine. Someone gets murdered, but not everyone.
Spoilers.
Oh god, the text is still going.
Despite the images that living, talking dragons might conjure up in some people's minds, I didn't even think of bringing a weapon myself, considering that they were reportedly friendly and peaceful enough. There was no need for me to fear potential ill intentions like Reza did when he had stepped into unknown territory. And acting as humanity's ambassador, I had to do my best to uphold a high standard in fostering this diplomatic relationship. When the time came for me to step through the portal, all my mental preparedness vanished. My anxiousness was fueled by all the questions lurking in my head, just as the machine started to do its work. Would it hurt? Who would I meet on the other side? What if they really weren't so friendly and just made Reza write those letters with a pretense of appearing friendly, only to lure us in the den of man-eating monsters and certain doom? I'd be okay with it. With us ending, it was nothing more than a tasty afternoon snack. Maybe I should have brought a weapon after all. Yeah, because that would totally work on dragons. Suddenly, I felt a shiver coursing throughout my whole body, beyond when I disintegrated as if every cell, every atom of my body was torn from me and pulled into a different direction. Well, that seems
Painless.
friendly. Yeah. I mean, standard teleportation, you have to, dissolve and transfer and blah, 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 blah.
But usually you want to build it so you can't feel it.
Right? I saw darkness and light, painting patterns in the stars as I traveled, and images rapidly flashed before me of things unseen and unspoken. Both horrifying and beautiful, it was an experience unlike any other, yet over in just a split second. Then it was dark. I could only see a patch of lighter colors contrasting with its dark surroundings as my vision started to clear. Its edges got sharper as the patch of light slowly took shape, giving me the distinguished outline of a reptilian head and an array of horns spread everywhere. Are we going to see a real dragon 15 minutes in?
No.
That's a dragon.
It's a blob.
It's a dragon with a suit and tie?
He.
She, he, it.
I think it's just a collar and tie.
It's a dragon.
It's definitely...
No, he's got like a... I mean, he's got a...
No, I don't think that is a shirt. I think it is just a collar.
It's just a collar and tie. He's not wearing a shirt. What?
Tony's doing it all the time.
Yeah, that is what I was thinking.
All right, sure. It was a dragon. And as I could now see, a dragon who not only had a pair of brown glasses, but also wore a burgundy tie around its neck. In the name of our people, I bid you welcome. If I may introduce myself, I am Remy, your guide and ambassador, a representative of our council. The dragon spoke. There's one thing to have heard and read about this, but something else entirely to have one standing in front of me in flesh and blood and tongue. Giggity. It was good. It was good that all my mental preparedness had disappeared when I was teleported, because nothing could have prepared me for this. Sorry, I imagine you might still feel the effects of the teleportation. Drowsiness or weakness is not unusual, as is fainting and spontaneous emptying of your bowels, bladder, or stomach. How do you feel? Great. That's great. That's definitely what we want to hear as soon as we get teleported into a magic dragonland. Rendered speechless, I had totally forgotten that I was shouldering the burden of representing my people to them as well.
Yeah,
so much for being professional.
We already invented portals before we found this one, so shouldn't we already know what the effects of going through them are?
I suspect that plot point will never be mentioned again. So much for being professional, but at least he gave me a good excuse for my blunder. I think I'm all right. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Maybe we should go before it gets too dark. Come with me, please. So I followed the dragon, not straying too far from him, as the sun had already departed for the day and the remaining light diminished by the minute. It is getting hard to see where I'm going.
Maybe you should have brought flashlights.
Maybe they should just breathe fire or some shit. Sorry about that, but we had a good reason to schedule your arrival like this. We did not want you to be ambushed by a crowd, so we had to keep your exact time and date of arrival secret.
No one would ever guess at night.
Thanks. I suppose an event like this would make me a celebrity of sorts. It would be the same if one of you came to us. That's quite an understatement. Some people here are rather superstitious. They might regard you or any of your kind as divine, I suppose. Wait, what? Really? How so? We do have certain myths that involve humans and as such. No, I suppose the history lesson will have to wait for another time. Here we are. By this point, it had gotten so dark that I could barely make out the building before us. I briefly wondered whether they might have streetlights elsewhere, or if they just did not require any due to the possible enhanced eyesight or night vision. I could vaguely see the dragon, his light color still visible in the blackness that engulfed the area, rear up and manipulate the door handle with one of his forepaws.
Oh, so they quadruped.
Yes. But with
the way it was...
forepaws with thumbs and shit.
Yeah, the way his portrait looked, I assumed that he was a bipedal dragon.
I mean, he's kind of sort of both, maybe. Hinges creaking, the door opened, and with the flick of a switch, the apartment was flooded with light, blinding me after all the time we just spent without it. All right, one of you should start reading for Remy, because I'm reading a lot of shit. And there's narration, and I also apparently talk.
Apparently.
Yes, apparently. Who knew?
Oh my God.
All right, who wants to read for Remy?
You want to go?
Alex? Sure, I'll go. This is where you will live for the time being. It is fully stocked, but in case you need anything else, I left you a note with a few phone numbers.
They have phones?
They have phones. It is getting rather late, so I will take my leave now. In any case, someone will come and meet you tomorrow morning, and in the meantime, please don't steal my books.
Thank you, Remy. Have a good night.
Until we meet again.
Goodbye. With a nod, Remy left the apartment, mindful enough to close the door behind himself. No, I'm glad he's mindful.
Yeah.
Surveying the room, I considered the events that had just transpired as my gaze met the window. I could see movement outside, and as I drew nearer, startled, I could hear footsteps in the grass, moving away quickly. Assuming it must have been the dragon I just met, I thought nothing of it as I went to bed, slowly succumbed to the sweet allure of sleep overdue. No, I think it's probably an admirer or stalker. I spent a few moments thinking about my role, my mission, and what it meant to be here now. I felt there's options.
There's
It's options. Holy shit, an actual option.
Like what? 20 minutes in?
We are 20 minutes in. This is pretty typical for
dating sim.
for dating sims, actually. Like Hot Up a Boyfriend has like 8 choices in the whole damn thing. All right, we're definitely eager for the adventure. So many possibilities and prospects raced through my mind. Truth be told, the thought of being able to meet an entirely new species and civilization excited me, as I was going to be one of the first to truly experience their society with its own little quirks, differences, and similarities. I couldn't help but feel like some sort of modern Vasco da Gama or Marco Polo.
Marco.
Shut up. No, stop that.
Never.
Oh my god.
Read.
Maybe I would even write a book about the whole experience after it's all over. I was sure it would become a hit, all things considered.
Yeah, it's definitely memoir bait.
At any rate, this is going to be fun.
I do love how the game is sort of telling me how to feel.
Well, it gave me an option.
Oh, Inception.
Inception.
There's something weird going on with that body.
No, she's in like an egg.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the horn?
Stop. No. Copyright infringement. They'll take it down. I woke from uneasy dreams looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. Just for a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. After a good stretch, I looked around the room, illuminated by the sunlight coming in from the window. Outside, in the distance, the portal I had emerged from proudly stood on the peak of a small hill. Getting ready, I noticed something lying on the table. It was the note Remy had left for me in case I needed anything. Along with his own home phone and work number, there were also some numbers for delivery of food and other necessities, as well as emergency and even janitorial services.
Nice, you've already scored a dragon's phone number.
That was quick. I don't think he actually even told me. Did he tell me his name? Or was it just because, or do we only know his name because
He told you his name.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
He did.
Probably.
He did.
He had certainly thought of everything, even though I now had to wonder what a dragon plumber might look like. It's a dragon wearing just a toilet plunger. My musings were interrupted when the doorbell rang. When I opened the door, I was met by another dragon.
Dragon.
Ooh, new character? Oh, what the shit? It's a dragon
weird.
police officer.
Police
no,
dragon.
it's definitely a police dragon.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the hat.
Alright, who's ready for
Tim.
Sebastian?
Chip.
Tim.
Constable Sebastian!
Okay, but you still have to read what's on the screen.
Alright. Hello, you must be Zani. I'm Sebastian, and I'll be your escort, or security, I suppose. Usually I work for the police, though. Nice to meet you.
He seemed a lot smaller than Remy, and when he somewhat nervously extended his arm towards me, I noticed he apparently only walked on his hind legs, the 2 forelimbs instead having distinct arms, hands, and fingers. Oh, he goes straight for flirting.
Funny.
No, we're not. This.
This is an officer of the law.
I mean, he's probably like a junior officer at best if he gets assigned to
Clearly.
security. Okay,
Be cordial, but not creepy.
yeah,
That's pretty much the rule.
shake his hand. We'll shake his hand.
Fine, we'll do the sensible thing.
Look, we're gonna go and play through and romance all of them, but I don't want to romance this guy on the second freaking choice on the first run through. Okay, I want to know what the options are before I start kissing anybody.
Bye.
I
Carry on.
mean,
Read.
you're kind of feeling up his hand right now.
Oh my god! When I took his hand into mine to shake it gently, I could feel the individual bumps and scales on his rough skin. Nice to meet you too, Sebastian. So, where are you taking me?
Straight to business, eh? We're gonna visit the plant where they are making your generators. They have some news for you, or so I've heard. Reza will be there too.
Sounds great.
Just follow me.
While we walked, I was under the impression we were purposefully avoiding the busier parts of the town, instead straying towards the edges and small alleys so as not to garner too much attention. Even then, we got the occasional stare, because I'm a human!
Yeah.
Come on.
After just a couple of minutes, we arrived at our destination, where we were met by Reza, as well as yet another dragon, a vicious-looking beast that didn't stay too close to him. Ooh, what?
What's up, Bryce?
Is this the
That's Reza, yeah.
Oh, right, this is the... I guess I'll read for Reza as well. Hey, Reza, long time no see. How true that is. Good to finally see another human face around here. What a coincidence to have you, of all people, show up. Yeah, I guess those degrees aren't so useless after all. By the way, who's your friend? Just my bodyguard, same as yours. Don't bother with him, he doesn't talk much. He probably would have put a fight with mine, honestly. Sebastian doesn't seem like alright, what we got? What we're doing?
Either he looks grumpy or just like you.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be very diplomatic to say the first one.
Yeah.
Alright, just like you. Great. Very funny. The two dragons exchanged a few words, and as I met the gaze of the larger, tenebrous dragon a few paces from us, Sebastian turned toward me and spoke up again.
Hey, Zani, this is Maverick.
Nice to meet you.
I
Alex?
guess it's my turn. Yeah, whatever. Just don't expect me to give you any special treatment like everyone else is and will be good.
What are you talking about?
So you're saying you haven't noticed the stairs and how they'll treat you like you're the next Messiah or something?
No, I just thought... We're not the ones making a big deal out of this. You are. We just get here to get what we agreed on, and then we'll be gone. If anything, I'd actually prefer if you left us alone, but you're the one who insists on following me around wherever I go. A growl escaped the darker dragon's trembling lips as he bared his teeth at Reza.
Alright, that's quite enough. Let's just all go inside already, shall we?
Tim, you're the perfect Sebastian.
After you.
You know, when are we going to get some female drivers? You need a part to read.
Yes.
The crisis was quickly averted as we entered the building, which was characterized by its many floors, high ceilings, and long, narrow hallways, as Sebastian led us to our destination. I think this one's a female.
Yeah, probably.
There you are. I was waiting for you. And I look like a velociraptor.
She's cute.
Yeah.
He's cute. They're cute.
She.
It's probably a she. They're cute
Eyelashes.
regardless.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought we were going to meet the guys from production. What are you doing here?
They're only coming in later today, so you'll just have to make do with me.
I see. Well, Zani, this is Anna. She kind of manages the building, though actually she's more involved with the research wing rather than production and engineering.
Nice to meet you.
My pleasure. I have something for you, by the way. It'll take them a while to make all the generators we promised, but we've got one here for you. Feel free to send it home and give it a test.
That's great. I'll take it. Looks a little small if you ask me.
Don't underestimate its power. Oh, and do be careful not to drop it.
It'll explode!
Don't drop them.
And I'm not wearing
Like
proper
another guy.
PPE.
You are properly protecting the secret invisible eyes on your chest.
I bet you she literally never puts those goggles on the entire game.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll be waiting outside while you do your thing, Zani.
I suppose I'll wait for you outside as well.
What thing? What's going on?
Oh, have you brought the PDA?
I brought all the PDA you could want. I had to. I had the first time I saw PDA, I'm like, I have to make a joke about this. I've been waiting for an opportunity for 20 minutes.
Oh, I wonder if it'll give an option.
Of course. Here you go.
Alright, now to give this thing a test run.
The PDA lit up as her hands swiftly moved around its interface in calculated motions.
By the way, would you consider letting me run some tests on you as well? It would only take a drop of your blood.
She's gonna cast curses on you.
She's probably not taking it for voodoo. Maybe. Probably. What? Why?
I work in biology, so obviously this kind of thing would be very interesting to us. I'd share the results with you, of course.
I'm resisting the urge to make so many double entendres.
Sure, why not? Sure, why not?
I mean, obviously.
Great!
But we haven't. The humans ought to get a drop of blood in return.
Right? She was quick to produce a small device from a drawer, which, from a glance, reminded me a lot of a test tube.
Probably because that's the function it serves.
Now, if you would give me your hand, please.
As I reached out to her, she took my hand into hers before she pressed the device into the back of my hand. I winced as pain jolted through my hand. Something sharp drove itself through my skin, and shortly afterwards, a droplet of blood was sucked into the tube attached to the small needle.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You gave
Yeah.
Anna your.
Your blood.
Hey, look, we
Achievement
got
unlocked.
an achievement already. We're
Achievement hunter.
progress.
Looks like your PDA is good, by the way, so we're just about done here.
Did you expect it to be bad?
And since we're both in biology, it could be interesting if you want to meet me some other time as well. Here's my number.
Girl number. Wow, we're on a roll. 2
We
dragon
are.
numbers in 20 minutes. All right.
See you soon.
And
Is
she's
she
blushing.
blushing?
Yeah.
She's blushing.
Oh
Smiling.
my god.
That's
She
blushing.
already wants me.
Well, you're exotic.
Well, that was interesting. Did she ask for your blood too? Yeah. Did you give it to her? Oh, well, it's your choice. We've got no idea what they might do with it, though.
Voodoo.
Apparently,
not-
we do believe it's gonna be voodoo.
Oh my god, it's not voodoo, probably. I'm getting hungry. How about some breakfast?
I was joking about voodoo, but he clearly wasn't.
I'm all for it. I can't stand early mornings like this.
That shouldn't be a problem. There's a cafe not far from here. What do you say, neighbors?
I wouldn't mind to grab a bite myself.
That settles it then.
Nom 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 nom.
I see that his nickname is Mavers.
He doesn't seem like the kind of person who'd enjoy having a nickname of Mavers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily for us, the cafe was mostly empty when we arrived, as it was still pretty early in the day. Reza was quick to lead me to a table for 2, prompting the dragons to get one of their own at the other side of the restaurant.
Segregated.
Ugh, finally. I can't stand that guy being on my tail all the damn time.
You don't have to.
Oh boy. He just super likes you, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
No one.
he
You know
gave
what?
that.
Pick the third. Pick the third.
Yes, pick the third option.
All right.
I was wrong. He was right.
We were approached by an individual who appeared to be the waitress of the cafe. She was an interesting-looking dragon who, unlike the others I had seen so far, was more akin to a wyvern, possessing 2 rather large wings as her forelimbs, which resembled those of an oversized bat.
Oh, it's the humans.
God, I could be a sarcastic fucker.
The middle one.
Oh, it's
No,
You have to be a sarcastic fucker. What kind?
wait, where? Reza has no sense of humor.
Clearly.
That's a good one. Welcome to our establishment. My name is Adine, and I'll be your waitress today. What can I bring you to? Hey, special.
Special.
This is
Let's find out.
Yeah, me too. Just make it quick.
Sure thing. 2 specials coming right up. She wears goggles.
Because you need eye protection when you're waitressing.
Fucking A.
No, she flies to work really fast, and then she keeps the goggles on.
Oh.
To put them.
Yeah, that might actually be true.
Like
Like,
they're-
all
Yeah.
dragons are basically pilots. I mean, at least the ones with, wings.
Yeah.
As I was saying, if you look at the big picture, don't you think there's just something off about this whole place? Where is it, really?
Not home.
If this is supposed to be a completely separate place from Earth, or even a different dimension, some things just don't add up. Don't you think so, too? Let me just grab my tinfoil.
It's almost like we're in a dating sim or something.
No. We should let them point out and fix their plot holes if they're going to. We shouldn't stop that process. Yeah, I've noticed it too because we've definitely noticed one or 2 minor quibbles.
Yeah.
I can't really say much more with you know who over there. He's probably listening to us right now.
Yeah,
Jeez, Reza,
yeah.
you don't trust anybody.
Doesn't seem so bad to me.
Yeah, we might want to date him soon. So
Yeah.
when I let my gaze wander, I saw that Maverick was looking in my direction. Our eyes met briefly, his expression not showing any discernible emotion. Well, I wondered whether it had just been a coincidence, or if he really was able to hear us from the distance. Well, I've taken one step down his route, apparently.
And your thoughts.
I do have some theories, and if I'm right, we might be in trouble. What kind of trouble? What are you talking about? Shh, be quiet. I'll let you know more as soon as I can. But for now, let's just play along. After all, we already have one of these babies. He patted the generator's box for emphasis.
Don't pat it, it'll explode.
God knows we need them. Oh, there she comes. The female returned, astounding me with her.
Name. She's given it.
Oh my!
He hasn't.
She hasn't. It's just title text.
She introduced herself.
As a dean, you're right.
Oh,
Anyway.
she did. We're bad
Anyway,
at this.
just carry on.
The female returned, astounding me with her ability to balance the dishes on the edges of her wings. She placed her forelimb on the table and proceeded to move the dishes from her wing to us with a gentle push of her snout. Daw.
Here you go. Watch out, it's hot.
Now shoot, Scaly face. Wow.
Don't be rude.
I can be a giant racist.
Yeah,
All right.
just thank her. Common courtesy.
You're welcome.
Apparently today's special consisted of an odd-looking fish of some sort. I was a little hesitant to try it, but considering the steam coming from it, it was probably better to wait a few minutes anyway. When the Rangers brought our meals to the two dragons across the cafe and exchanged a few words with them, Razor leaned forward and whispered something to me. I'll send you a letter with a coded message later. You'll know what to do. What the fuck is his problem?
He thinks it's the Cold War?
Razor rose from his seat before he made it known to me that he still had a few things to do and left the restaurant, followed shortly after by the larger of the two dragons. Bye. But you haven't even touched your fish special thing.
It's a very special fish.
I wasn't in a hurry, so I spent a few more minutes in contemplation while I looked out the window. Not that this whole situation was already bizarre enough, there was also now the vague sense of danger conveyed by Razor's earlier words. I did not even have an idea what kind of threat might be lurking out there.
Like a paranoid coworker?
Right? I'm not sure he's actually a coworker, but I mean, maybe.
I mean, he's kind of a coworker.
Read the words.
He's
We have to
the
go
other
to the pony
ambassador
movies
person.
out.
This is true.
Eventually, I took a bite of my somewhat unusual breakfast. While I already thought the smell was quite peculiar, the taste had been even worse. I imagined it might be the kind of delicacy that had an acquired taste, one that I certainly hadn't acquired yet. I decided to get outside before it was too late.
Are you done?
Sure am.
How do you like it?
I'll just say it's probably not for me.
And you wouldn't be the only one to say that. Better wait outside just in case it decides to come up again.
We tried the odd-looking fish.
Yay,
We got another achievement. We're on a roll. Sure thing.